You know what kids really don't need in 2025? Trauma, isolation, anxiety, depression. You know what they do need? Mental health support. So naturally, Trump's Department of Education looked at that need and said, let's throw that shit in the shredder, fire the school counselors, and blame it on drag queens. Because, it's always good to blame the drag queens, right? This absolute plague of a human being, Trump, is gutting federal support for school-based mental health professionals, like he's doing keto with the nation's soul. He just stripped out the mental health funding like it was trans fat and replaced it with more Linda McMahon. Linda fucking McMahon, the woman who used to run the WWE, where fake fights are choreographed better than this administration's fucking policies. And now she's in charge of making sure kids with trauma don't even get therapy. Bitch, Stone Cold Steve Austin is more qualified to lead public health policy. And he used a chair to hit people with and chug beer for a living. Like we had social workers, therapists, counselors, actual trained professionals in schools helping kids cope with homelessness, substance use in the family, abuse, neglect, anxiety, bullying, suicidal thoughts. But I guess in Trump's America, that's just called preparing for the workforce. You want to cry, little Timmy? Cry in your Amazon warehouse scanner because we've got quotas to meet. They're saying this rollback of mental health support is a move away from DEI. Great, because nothing says caring about kids like slashing programs that specifically help Black, Brown, queer, poor, and disabled students survive the trauma of growing up in the goddamn post apocalyptic late stage capitalist dystopia. But hey, as long as white Christian kids are learning to code while being homeschooled by moms in QAnon Facebook groups, everything's going to be just fine, right? I mean, let's be real. Trump thinks mental health is when the voices in his head agree with each other. Like, he doesn't want kids getting therapy. He just wants them learning about freedom, which apparently means no health care, no safety net, no books with black people in them, and yes, absolutely give that third grader a Glock for show and tell. Because the only support staff Trump wants in schools are armed security guards wearing Punisher patches and a MAGA hat yelling, "Back to blue!" at kindergartners during nap time. And his base eats that shit up. Like, yeah, cut the funding for those woke social and school psychologists. My kid don't need no therapy. He just needs Jesus and a firm hand. Sir, your child eats glue and screams at cartoons. He needs a full-time behavioral interventionist, not a slap on the wrist and not a participation medal from your militia group. They defunded school counseling and replaced it with prayer circles and online conspiracy videos about how stress is caused by fluoride and lesbians. Meanwhile, an entire generation of kids is being left to drown in trauma while the adults in charge argue about whether or not books can make you gay. These fucking ghouls don't want to help children grow. They only want them to be obedient, traumatized, and completely under surveillance. A nation of future wage slaves with PTSD, scoliosis from active shooter drills, and zero access to help. That's not education. That's psychological warfare. So let me be real fucking clear about this. If your plan for education is ban books, fire therapists, cancel all the lunches, and install armed guards in every fucking hallway, you don't want a school system. You want a cult in a prison. Let me say this to all the young people out there. Every one of you is feeling scared, anxious, confused, or overwhelmed. I want you to know that some of us still give a shit. Some of us are still fighting to make sure you get the real help, the real love, and real fucking care. You deserve support, not suspicion. You deserve a future that doesn't feel like punishment. You're also not crazy, and you're not alone. And you're surviving a country run by boomers with brain worms and billionaires with bunker fetishes. There are people that are here for you, and we see you, and we love you, and we will fight like hell to get you the resources they're trying to burn down. Now, to Trump, Linda McMahon, and every dead-eyed, Bible-thumping, bootlicking sociopath clapping like seals for this bullshit, you're not protecting children. You're abandoning them on purpose. And when history tells this story, if your fascist book bans haven't erased it, you'll go down as the cowards who defunded lifelines and called it freedom. You didn't drain the swamp. You flooded the classrooms with fear. So, from the rest of us with actual consciences, may you be haunted forever by the ghost of every fucking kid you left without a counselor, trapped in a never-ending pep rally with Ted Cruz as the fucking MC, because that's what you deserve.